watching Aha Nama channel.
Here, let us see what is an irrational number. An irrational number means not rational number. So that's the most basic meaning of the word irrational. And also, an irrational number is a real number that cannot, let me highlight this word, that cannot be written as a simple fraction. Or in other words, an irrational number is a non-terminating and a non-recurring real number. For example, the constant pi is a very famous irrational number whose value is 3.14159,265, and it goes on and on and on. So the value of pi is non-terminating and non-recurring. Now the pi cannot simply be written as a simple ratio. We cannot write any two numbers that can represent pi because pi just doesn't stop. It does not terminate. It is non-terminating. Therefore, these kind of numbers are called irrational numbers.
Now we know that square root of 2 is an irrational number. If you use a calculator to calculate the value of root 2, you will get something like 1.4142135 and so on. This value that you get is actually non-terminating. It is never-ending. Also, you will not find any pattern in the digits after the decimal. Hence, it's also called a non-recurring decimal. There's no pattern that occurs again and again. These kinds of numbers are called irrational numbers. Consider square root of 3 for instance. You will get its value as 1.732050 and so on. Even this decimal is non-terminating and non-recurring. So root 3 is also an irrational number. You can try calculating the values of root 5, root 6, root 7 or root 8. You will find that all of them result in non-terminating, non-recurring decimals. But wait, root 9 equals 3. This is a rational number. Yes, root 9 is not an irrational number. In fact, square root of any perfect square will be a rational number. But the square root of any number which is not a perfect square will always result in an irrational number. Here's the interesting part. If you know these 2 points well, you can even form an irrational number by yourself. Let's see how. We have to form a number which does not end and does not repeat any pattern. Something like 2.01001, 0001, 0001, 00001 and so on. Here, the number does not end and is also non-recurring. This means that there is no pattern that repeats forever. You can even have a number like 15.2349, 449, 4449, 44449 and so on. This is also irrational as it is non-terminating and non-recurring. Where does this concept help us? Say you're asked to find two irrational numbers between 1.23 and 1.25. Remember, 1.24 is incorrect as it's terminating. We need a non-terminating, non-recurring decimal. Yes, but we know that 1.24 is between these two numbers. After 1.24, we can start writing 01, 001, 0001 and so on. That's one irrational number between these two numbers. Again, let's write 1.24 and this time we write 02, 002, 0002 and so on after it. That's your second irrational number. So to find irrational numbers between two numbers, Just write a rational number between them and then add non-terminating, non-recurring digits after it.
In this module, we are going to focus on plotting numbers on the number line. Let's take up a question. Represent 1 upon 2, 3 and root 2 on a number line. Since the question is about number line, let us consider a line. Right? Line means we'll have to put arrows on both the sides. With the help of a scale, let us divide this line into small parts like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll go on dividing that way. Right? Now we are talking about number line. Number line will have negative as well as positive numbers. So let us start from -1. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, right? Now we want to plot the first number 1 upon 2. What is the denominator? Denominator is 2. If I divide all of them by 2, do I have 1 upon 2 on my number line? Yes, I have 1 upon 2 on my number line. This is that point 1 upon 2, right? The next one 2 upon 2 is nothing but 1, right? The next one 3 upon 2 as it is, 4 upon 2 is nothing but 2, 5 upon 2 as it is, 6 upon 2 is nothing but 3. We wanted to plot 3 also on the number line, right? We have 3 on the number line. So 1 upon 2 and 3 we plotted. But can you see root 2 anywhere on this number line? No, root 2 is not seen. That means what we understand, very easy to plot rational numbers on the number line. For irrational numbers like this root 2, we will have to use Pythagoras theorem. Pythagoras theorem, so let us consider right angle triangle. Let us name it as O, A and B, right? This OA is 1 units, AB 1 units. So what is OB? OB you will get it using Pythagoras theorem. So in triangle OAB, you can say by Pythagoras theorem, OB square is equals to OA square plus AB square. Yes or no? Now OB we want to find. We don't know what is OB, we want to find it. So keep it as OB. So OB square is equals to OA square. OA is how much? 1. So OA square means it will be 1 square plus AB is also 1, so AB is 1 square. So what you get is OB square is equals to 1 square is 1 plus again 1 square is also 1. So OB square is equals to 2. OB square is 2. Taking square roots on both sides, so we get OB as root 2 units. Right? So we got the length of OB as root 2 units. Now we want to put this OB where? On the number line. For that, let me draw a line like this. Now this OA, what is the distance? 1 units, right? This is 1 unit. Suppose this is O, we consider it as 0 and this A is nothing but 1 on the number line. So let us draw this number line this way. Now OB is how much? Root 2. Now we want this root 2 where? On this number line. So what we'll do, we'll use the help of rounder. The needle of the rounder will keep it at O and the pencil at B, and what we'll do, we'll draw an arc like this. Now wherever this arc cuts this line, we'll call that point as D. Right? Now this OB is root 2 and this OD, this OB and OD, they are the radius of the same arc. Can you see that? So if OB is root 2, that means OD is also root 2. That's how we get root 2 on the number line. Right? Now let's consider one more example. To plot root 5 on the number line, what you will do? Same thing. To plot root 5 on the number line, consider the hypotenuse as root 5. The height of the triangle will be 1 unit. So base, we don't know base. Base, we'll get it using Pythagoras theorem. So by Pythagoras theorem, hypotenuse square is equals to base square plus height square. Hypotenuse, we want to plot root 5. So hypotenuse will be nothing but root 5. So root 5 square is equal to base, we don't know. So keep it as it is, base square plus height, always 1 unit plus 1 square. Root 5 square is nothing but 5 is equal to base square as it is plus 1 square will be 1. We'll transfer numbers on one side. So what you have is 5 minus 1 is equal to base square. So from this, we'll get the value of base square as 4. So taking square roots on both sides, base will be nothing but root 4. Root 4 means 2 units, right? So the base of that triangle is going to be 2 units, means base will be 2 units, means this will be the base of the triangle wherein you're going to plot root 5 on the number line, right? One more example we'll take. To plot root 10 on the number line, same procedure, right? Whatever number you want to plot, that irrational number will be the hypotenuse. Hypotenuse will be root 10. Height of the triangle will be 1 unit. Base, you don't know. You'll get the base using Pythagoras theorem. So by Pythagoras theorem, we get hypotenuse square is equal to base square plus height square. Hypotenuse is root 10. So in the place of hypotenuse, just substitute root 10. Root 10 square is equal to base, we don't know, keep it as it is, base square plus height. Height is 1, so 1 square. So what you get, root 10 square means it is 10 is equal to base square as it is plus 1 square is 1, right? Now we'll transfer numbers on one side. So 10 minus 1 is equal to base square, or we get base square as 9. Taking square roots on both sides, we get the value of base as root 9. Root 9 is nothing but 3. So if you want to plot root 10 on the number line, the base, the length of the base will be how much? 3 units. So this will be the length of the base, 3 units, right? So what do we understand? Let us generalize. To plot any irrational number on the number line, consider hypotenuse as that irrational number, right? Height of the triangle always 1 unit, and base is obtained using Pythagoras theorem, right? Now let us learn how to represent root 5 and root 10 on the number line. Number line, so we'll have to draw a line. Line means we'll have to put arrows on both the sides. Now with the help of a scale, we will divide this line. Now if you see 1 centimeter, it is too small. So what we'll do, we'll increase the scale. We'll consider the scale 3 centimeters as 1 unit. So every 3 centimeter becomes 1 unit. So this is 0. So at 3, we'll mark the first point. At 6, we'll mark the second point. At 9, we'll mark the third point. At 12, we'll mark the fourth point, and so on, right? Now, we want to plot root 5 and root 10 on the number line. Both are positive numbers, right? So we don't want the negative side of the number line. So we'll start from 0. So there's 0, 1, 2, 3, and so on, right? Now, we want to plot root 5. Now, just now we have seen for root 5, what is the length of the base using the Pythagoras theorem? The length of the base is 2 units, we understood. So 2 units, so this is the base for the triangle. Now, to plot root 5 on the number line, you'll have to drop a perpendicular, and height is always going to be 1 unit. So we'll drop a perpendicular at 2. How will you draw a perpendicular at 2? With the help of a protractor. Place the protractor on 2 and mark 90 degrees and draw a perpendicular this way. Put an arrow on the top and mark this angle as 90 degrees. Now, what is the height? Height is 1 unit, right? And you know that this length from 0 to 1 is 1 unit, and we have taken 3 centimeters as 1 unit. So this is 1 unit. So take the measurement on the rounder and keep the rounder's needle at 2 like this and cut an arc this way. So wherever you have cut, the length will be how much? 1 unit. Let us name the points. So this is O. We can call this as A, and we can call that as B. And then let us complete the triangle. With the help of a scale, draw the hypotenuse, right? What will be the length of this hypotenuse? The length of the hypotenuse will be root 5, right? Now, you want this root 5 where? On the number line. So keep your rounder's needle at 0 or O and this pencil at B, and you can cut an arc this way. Wherever this arc cuts this line, we'll call that point as D. Now, just focus on these two, OB and OD. They are the radius of the same arc. So if OB is root 5, OD is also going to be root 5. This is how we get root 5 on the number line. Now let us see how to get the next one, that is root 10 on the number line. For root 10, what is the base? We have just seen using Pythagoras theorem, the base is 3 units. Base is 3 units. So this is the base of the triangle, and height is always going to be 1 unit, right? So what we will do for root 10, we'll draw a perpendicular at that 3, right? How will you drop a perpendicular at 3? With the help of a protractor. Place the protractor exactly at 3 and mark 90 degrees, and with the help of a scale, draw a perpendicular, right? Put arrow on the top and mark this angle as 90 degrees. Now, height is how much? 1 unit. Same procedure. With the help of rounder, take measurement of 1 unit and keep the rounder's needle at 3 and cut an arc this way. So wherever you have cut the arc, this length becomes 1 unit. Let us name it. So this is O. We'll call this point as C, and we'll call that point as D. Now let us complete the triangle. Let us draw the hypotenuse with the help of a scale. From O to that D, we'll draw the hypotenuse. What will be the length of this OD? The length of this OD will be nothing but root 10. Now you want this root 10 where? On the number line. Right? So with the help of rounder, we'll keep rounder's needle at O and we'll cut an arc this way. Now wherever this cuts the number line, that will be your root 10. Just check the length of these two, OD, and where it cuts the number line. This is also root 10. So obviously this also will be root 10 because it is the radius of the same arc. So this is root 10. This is how we plot root 5 and root 10 on the number line. Right? Now let us learn how to mark 3 plus root 2 on the number line. Right? 3 plus root 2. We already know how to mark root 2 on the number line. We already know that. Now you want 3 plus root 2. So with the help of rounder, keep your rounder's needle at 0 and this is root 2. Right? So what you can do, you can take this measurement of root 2 and you can place the needle of the rounder at the 3. You want 3 plus root 2, means on the positive side, on that side, right side, you can mark the arc. Wherever it cuts, that will be your point 3 plus root 2. Had it been 3 minus root 2, you will keep the rounder here at 3 and on the left side you would have cut the arc. Now you want 3 plus root 2, so it goes on the right side. That completes this module. Thank you.
Thank you for watching AHA நம்ம சேனல். இந்த வீடியோ உங்களுக்கு பிடிச்சிருந்ததுன்னா லைக் பண்ணுங்க, கமெண்ட் பண்ணுங்க, ஷேர் பண்ணுங்க. வீடியோ அடிக்கடி பார்க்கறதுக்காக இந்த சேனலை சப்ஸ்கிரைப் பண்ணிட்டு மறக்காம பக்கத்துல இருக்கக்கூடிய பெல் ஐகானை